Now this is site number 8. It's in New Westminster. And there were 2 sturgeon canneries in the late 1800s on the wharf in New Westminster. And they were actually processing sturgeon. And First Nations people brought their catches in. Commercial sturgeon fishermen brought their catches into these canneries. The cannery owners were looking for the female sturgeon for caviar and to sell to Europe. But they also later on found a market for the flesh of sturgeon. So it was a lucrative business, and by 1902 there was millions of pounds of sturgeon were being caught on the Fraser River. And as long as there was a flesh market, a market for the sturgeon flesh, you know, the actual fishery continued. But the lucrative money was in where the females and were harvested for their caviar, and this lasted for about 7 years until the whole sturgeon fishery collapsed. And First Nations people warned all the cannery owners that this was going to happen, and in 1905 it did happen. There was a complete collapse of the sturgeon on the Fraser River, and it has taken years and years now for them just to recover a little. And the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society is very concerned about trying to get these sturgeon back to numbers where they can spawn and build themselves back up to a population in the lower Fraser, which will be very sustainable in the future.